Hello, and welcome to the video that should have been made a year ago, the review of Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldry. I know I'm late to the hype on this one, but I didn't buy it, and I didn't read it. But now I have read it, so now I can talk about it. Now, this book had quite the hurdle to overcome, which may have been the reason I didn't pick it up, is that I don't like coffee. I don't drink coffee, I don't drink a lot of hot drinks. However, there are three key ingredients that I do love in this novel, which is fantasy, eating, and a bunch of gay shit. And that is what makes this such an absolutely stellar read. In my mission to read longer contemporary fiction, I am exploring shorter fantasy to supplement and get my way through the old switcheroo to last year. And as a result, this was absolutely perfect for me at this time. It's only 300 pages long. You fly through it. It reads so quickly. The prose is in the nicest way possible. The prose is absolutely standard. It is doing exactly what it needs to do, which is just telling you what's happening. And the plot is so wonderful, so sweet, so cozy, so endearing that's all you want. I don't want flowery prose from this. I don't want something. I didn't want a book that was commentating on itself and really diving into everything. I just wanted to know what was happening to these people, the characters that I fell in love with, and what was happening in their lives. And as a result, the prose is doing everything it needs to. Food is wonderful. If you just describe what food looks like in the most basic terms, there's some crumbly fucking pastry there, I will love it with every fibre of my being until my body growls and I demand to eat anything in the vicinity. That is simple fact. You don't need to go into it. That's basically what this book does. This book was me and Grace bought cookies after I read it because I needed that sweet goodness. I suppose I should tell you the plot. The plot's kind of, for me, the plot was what food's on sale today, boys. That was how I felt. Nevertheless, the plot is that Viv is a barbarian that has been out slinging dick and throwing swords around and has eventually been like, I don't want to do this anymore, retires, goes to this place and is like, I'm opening up a coffee shop. Except no one knows what coffee is. So in the result, they start meeting people, open up their business, find contractors, find suppliers, etc., distributors, people she works with, and it just builds up this wonderful cast of characters. It's like a D&D type thing, but instead of a band going on an adventure, it's a band that's setting up a business. And as a result, it is very innovative for what it's doing in terms of fantasy, allowing that coziness. It's something that me and my housemate have been talking about before this book came out, how cozy and comedy fantasy has a real market to come back. With the absence of people like Terry Pratchett, there has been a lax in the market that has been waiting to be picked up. And I think Travis Baldry, if he continues doing what he's doing, would absolutely envelop that role. And he provides such an astute, gorgeous voice in terms of just talking about tasty food all the time. Just release a book talking about tasty food and I'll read it. Sorry. How dare you? I can't believe it. The plot isn't doing anything that's going to blow your nips off. In the sense that when someone tells you that they've made a fantasy novel about opening up a coffee shop and the successes and difficulties you have along the way, if you've ever worked in any service industry in the entire world, you'll be like, I think this is going to happen, and every single one of those things will happen, and you feel so good about them because you're like, yeah, that's what working in the service industry literally is. And I appreciated that for someone that has had to work in a lot of dog shit places and a couple of good places. I very much appreciate those good places, and I appreciate the type of owner that Viv was. Could this be described as progression fantasy, but with a business instead of a person?
I don't really understand fully what progression fantasy is.
Don't worry,
I've never read examples of it.
Neither have I. But just from what progression, I feel like it's from like a regular person to like leveling up to being like a god or some shit.
It's definitely about leveling up.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess you could say that. I feel like Stormlight Archive is You know what? Stormlight Archive is progression fantasy.
Yeah, if we have the definition correct, we are making up our own definition.
Yes.
But I agree. I think the characters are where this book shines. The characters in this, the people you're meeting, from Viv and Tandri, the two people running the place together, to Cal, to... I don't want to spoil any characters. Trust me, the characters in this are very endearing. They all have extremely strong personalities. From the instant you meet them, every single character has a real associative charm or quirk or personality, be it positive or negative. Every character is very well realised from the instant you meet them. And as a result, there's no wasting of time. Every character's there for a very specific reason. You know when they arrive what it's going to be. There are no surprises, but that is what I wanted. After reading some very heavy books, some very dense books, if you just want to read that you're going to pick it up, your heart's going to melt for 300 pages. You just sat there. It feels like a nice cup of hot joe in your hands. That's a coffee reference, right? You feel like the first sip of an... feels like the first sip of a nice cup of joe, as they say in the business. Warming up your gullet. That's how it feels. A warmth that spreads from your inside out until you're just left feeling pretty good. I think that's me done talking about this. I gave it 4.5 stars. It slapped hard. I'm very interested in reading what else Travis Baldree has done. What he's going to do, should I say. Maybe next time I'll try out the audiobook, because I know he does the audiobook, because that's what he did beforehand. So that could be interesting. If you did enjoy, please do like, please do subscribe. If you enjoyed maybe hearing Grace's voice in the background, if I kept that in, then good for you. And as always, thank you very much to my Patreons for your continued support. It means the world. And have a nice rest of your day.